Welcome to Back-ish. I'm Sal.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
It's a comic book show where we take a book from my past and then I share it with two people who didn't read it because it generates some fun conversations. We're going to talk about DC's mega event from 1988, Millennium. Everybody remembers Millennium because of how important it was. It establishes new status quos, it creates new characters, and it sets up the future of the DC cosmology.
They called this Millennium, but it came out in '88?
Yeah.
I mean, does this take place at the change of a millennia?
Nope.
There's a character called Millennium, right?
Nope.
Was it like geared towards the future?
Sort of.
Just tell us what the book's about.
This is written by Steve Englehart with art by Joe Staton and Ian Gibson. It is ridiculous. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, so after Crisis on Infinite Earths in 86, 85 to 86, DC was like, we're setting things up. We did Legends, which was another major DC event that took place right after Crisis, and they were like, behold our grand universe, all these colorful action characters.
I mean, this does make sense. There's a lot of people on the cover.
A lot of people, a lot of great faces.
And they're all really upset or shocked.
They're concerned.
They're not sure why they're in the book.
A lot of them are concerned and questioning why.
That's the best. Is that Dead Man?
No, that's not Dead Man.
That collar.
That's Mr. Bones.
I literally saw Mr. Bones the other day.
Oh yeah? Was he like on Main Street?
Yeah, he was walking around. I was just like, oh, he was jingly jangling up the street, you know, because he's made out of bones.
Naturally.
No, and that
Dogs
thing
were
we were
following
looking
him.
at, that
Who's who in the
that's
DCU?
it.
Yeah.
Mr. Bones was in there. I was
Bones
like,
was in
he's
there.
a good guy?
Yeah. But he doesn't want to be.
You're subverting my expectations.
Yes.
look like
it's like he was created by Ryan Johnson. So
They all look like they're looking at Steve Englehart being like, why?
don't do this. There's a part of me that is excited about the concept of Millennium, and there's a part of me that hates this with every fiber of my being.
Oh boy.
Also, DC like keeps doing Millennium like every few years. They keep doing this story, and not like they do Millennium 2.0, 3.0. It's more like
Let's just call it something else.
let's literally take this idea where it's like, okay, the old hat superheroes, they're lame. How about if like this big event happens and then as a result we establish like a whole new host of characters that no one will buy, and then we will retire and instead replace with our old hat superheroes. Like DC keeps doing this, and it's kind of fun to look back on like times when they had been doing it before you remember.
They keep no-coking their universe?
Yeah. Oh, big time. Yeah. The last time they did it was a Dark Matter universe. After Dark Knight's Metal, they were like, oh, there's some Batmanium or Dark Metal or whatever, and all those people, and look at all these fun characters that you didn't buy.
One of them people really dug.
Yeah. But what's funny is
It's the
you don't
Spider-Man
know
one.
which one it is, because like some people really liked the Hulk ripoff, but most people liked the Spider-Man ripoff.
What was his name?
Sideways.
Sideways. I was like, Spiral?
Nah,
I don't know.
that's an organization at
Yeah,
DC.
I really was like, it's Spiral. I was like SPYRL.
That is literally the evil organization that Dick Grayson infiltrates when they retired his Nightwing persona.
Well, I
after
made that
Future.
into a person.
So the story opens where it's like, it's an ordinary day in the DC universe, you know, boys delivering papers, the Justice League battling evil,
What Justice
babies
League
being born.
Is this?
This is Justice League International. They had been the Justice League of America, and they were like, that's thinking too small.
Maybe we should protect the whole world.
Exactly. And we normally do anyway, so why don't we become the Justice League International? Batman and Blue Beetle and Booster Gold and Guy Gardner and Martian Manhunter. Captain Atom is now on the team.
Okay.
But he is a mole by the U.S. government because Captain Atom is like a literal captain. It's not like, you know, Captain Sunshine. Like, no. Like, it's a real captain in the U.S. military who is under orders by the government to infiltrate the Justice League and just keep tabs on them and report back and like let them know what's going on with the Justice League. We're establishing that the DC universe is not just like a rich tapestry of many stories, some of which involve superheroes. It's also a way of showcasing the kind of theme of the story, because Millennium is about the future and love and togetherness and connectivity.
They're not going to sing a song, are they?
No.
Or recite a poem.
Then we establish supporting characters, if you will, from across the DC universe spectrum. Characters that are friends and family of people you know or care about.
But these people all have to have like normal jobs on the side too, right?
Yeah, well, all of them do because they're the supporting characters. You know, they're not like partners in heroism, but you know, they help and support in different ways. But like, okay, so over at Ferris Aircraft, there's a character named Mr. Smith. He's there. Lana Lang, ex-girlfriend of Superman, she's there.
He looks like Agent Smith.
I know. Well, he's supposed to look like a Smith, you know. Dirk Davis is there. Marcy Cooper, a bunch of other characters. It's like, who? Well, they're the characters you will be established. They're the characters that you will get to know and hang out with in this book. But like, suffice it to say, these are all supporting characters in a number of superheroes in the DC universe at this time. Anyway, they are all in this weird like congregation. You're like, I've never seen any of these characters hang out with each other. Like, why are all these random supporting characters together? And then they're
forming a union
of sorts, but not the union of like, you know, belittled side characters with no powers. This is a union of mind-controlled manhunters under the machinations of the Grandmaster.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the Grandmaster is kind of like the ruler of a race of robot men called Manhunters. And we've talked about Manhunters before in this show before, but if you're not familiar, Manhunters are basically the Owens first try. When the Owens, that is to say the giant-headed blue guys from Green Lantern,
right,
when they first started out being like, oh, you know what I want to start doing since I can't die and I'm like forever? I'm going to start pushing around the universe and making things happen. So they invented this race of robots called Manhunters, and then like that was a failure, and they were supposed to be perfect and follow orders, but like after a long enough time they gained sentience and said, screw this, and then attacked the Owens and like caused trouble. So then the Owens created the Green Lantern Corps. Literally, the Manhunters were the first idea, and the Green Lantern were the best idea. And they never tried anything ever again. They were literally like, okay, robots? Oh, they turned evil. Green Lanterns? Got it. And they constantly pat themselves on the back for having created the Green Lanterns, despite all the betrayals they've suffered from the Corps.
No, they've like done their own personal retcons. They're like, first try.
Yeah.
Did it first try.
Well, if I'm an immortal being that's billions upon billions of years old, then like my first try is like your 111,000th try. Trust me, I'm a seasoned veteran of ideas.
Yeah, been working on this for a while.
You're the Grandmaster is like, you're all Manhunters, you all work for me, and no man escapes the Manhunters. And they say this every time you see a Manhunter.
But they're human beings.
Well, some of them are.
Right. But isn't that like...
No, but some of them are replaced by robots called Manhunters.
Oh.
And the whole thing is that the Manhunters have been here on Earth for a long, long time, if not forever. And the Manhunters, you know, while they were fought back against by the Owens and the Green Lantern Corps, they also have like, they have their own planet, and they are a force to be reckoned with, and they play the long game.
I like the thinking that they've been here forever, so they already look like our modern versions of people.
Yeah,
so
no.
Cro-Magnon Man, there's just like a normal dude walking around being like, yes, everything's fine and normal.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, well, yes, the Manhunters did look like this billions of years ago as well.
Okay.
So that's true. So we're establishing that the Manhunters are the foes in this story, Millennium. Why? Well, Grandmaster is wise to a new scheme by an influential Owen. Because at this point in continuity, the Owens are kind of like dying out, and they're getting rid of them, and they're establishing that like there are only a couple of Green Lanterns left, and so that's all you really need to know. But so there's this big congregation of characters that you're supposed to know and trust who are all admitting to being Manhunters and under the thrall of the Grandmaster. Tom, aka Pieface, is watching all this happen through a skylight above them.
Hang on, we need to roll it back. Pieface?
Yeah, Pieface. That's what Hal Jordan calls him. You see, Tom Kalmaku is the mechanic at Ferris Aircraft that's friends with Green Lantern. He helps him out.
How does that tie in with pies at all?
Because he has a round face. His name is his call sign's Pieface, but they call him Pieface for his entire life.
His head doesn't look round to me.
No. In DC New Frontier, from Darwin Cook, Green Lantern refers to him as Pieface. He goes, "Who are you calling Pieface? My name is Tom." And then puts the brakes on that immediately. But in the 80s, they were like, that'd be funny if we just left that. So, Tom Kalmaku Pieface.
Okay.
So Pieface is watching the Manhunters agree with each other.
Call him Tom.
So Tom is watching these Manhunters agree with each other, and then a bunch of Manhunters find him on the roof, and he tried to hold his own, but he's a regular guy. And so these giant evil robots just beat the living hell out of him.
And doesn't Hal Jordan hear this naturally? Because,
Right?
you know.
He ain't like Jimmy Olsen. There's no signal watch for Pieface. So, meanwhile, apropos of what Hal Jordan is doing, he is at the Santa Monica Mountains, where a new base for the Green Lantern Corps has been established.
And they have a pool.
And they have a swell pool and a beautiful estate, and it's just like a couple of them, and they're all just chilling. They're having an awesome time. Also, Kilowog's people were all eradicated, so Kilowog's the last of his kind, so he's kind of sad. So they're all just kind of like cheering him up. So that's why like most of the girls are in bikinis, and you know, Jon Stewart's like razzing a little bit. He's like, "Come on, Kilowog. I know you're like an orphan star baby, but you know, come on.
Come on, get over it already.
Play chicken. Let's go. I got to be on your shoulders though."
Have you destroyed a planet of people yet, John? This
Because you know, I'm just wondering.
Just why you seem to have gotten over that.
Yeah, I think Cosmic Odyssey is after this. So,
yeah.
So no. So
Okay.
Jon Stewart's feeling pretty good.
He's like, hey.
I'm just another Green Lantern.
Come on, Kilowog, have a hot dog.
Exactly. So they're chilling, and then this Guardian and his lady friend
And the
appear.
Tooth Fairy.
The Tooth Fairy. No, she's a Zamaron
Naturally.
from the planet Zamaron.
So we just the creativity ended at Pieface.
Right. To be fair, Engelhart did not invent Pieface.
I am Zamaron. I am a Zamaron from Zamaron.
Yes. That's what Herupta Hondo Who says.
That's the Owen.
Yeah. Can't be Ganthet. It's gotta be Herupta Hondo Who.
Who?
Bingo.
Harondo Hupta.
Or Triple H for short.
Ah.
Which is what I'm going to call him from now on.
Triple H is coming.
That's right. What are you going to do when Harapta Hondo Who runs wild over you? I'm mixing my wrestling metaphors.
I really
but
want
I
that to
don't
be
care.
the new name for Triple H.
Anyway, so Triple H and Nadia Saphir appear. And, you know, it's like a gross blue Owen and this super hot warrior chick.
Okay.
And they're like, we got big news!
We're engaged.
Practically, the idea here is that, like, they have big plans. It involves Earth. Everybody shut up and listen to us. Oh, also, the Manhunters found out about our plan, and they are enacting their greatest scheme to stop us from this awesome thing we're about to do.
Also, they're already here, and they're all your friends.
And they've been here. Oh, they don't know about the friend thing. They don't know about the sleeper agents. By the way, it's 88, so obviously the whole sleeper agent thing is like a Russian thing.
Yeah. That's why we saw the Soviets earlier.
Yeah, that begins and ends there.
Well, no, they're like planting that seed of.
Yeah, they want you to think like Russians
Yeah.
and then sleeper agents like, oh. So the Manhunters don't want anyone to catch wise to their schemes right away.
So they kill Tom.
No, they take Tom to LAX and they drag him onto the runway, and they're like, when he gets crushed by a plane, then that will explain his injuries of being pummeled near death by robots. So they drag his broken ass onto the tarmac and then leave him there. And then a plane starts coming in, and Tom barely manages to roll out of the way of the plane.
So the Manhunters don't get out a whole lot, right? They don't really understand human physiology
They're
and how
pretty-
that would kill him.
No, they want him to die. They just didn't want his body to be discovered.
Well, then throw him off a cliff.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Or vaporize him with one of your death rays.
Right.
Or anything.
How many-
Harbinger is in this book.
How many more characters are we going to meet?
About 30.
Okay.
Oh my
So
god.
Harbinger shows up. Harbinger played a crucial role in Crisis on Infinite Earths, in which she was originally like a regular person, and then she was tasked with serving the Monitor. And her job was to kind of like,
Get him coffee and check his emails.
yes. And but she also was supposed to like help save the multiverse from destruction, which of course she failed colossally at, because the multiverse after Crisis is no more, and there's only one Earth left. So
The way it should be.
yeah, so it made her job a lot easier. Well, her power is she can like split herself into like 20 multiples or whatever, which is how she was able to monitor multiple Earths. But now, you know, it's just a nifty power, and she has a lot less work to do because she's only monitoring this one. So she basically collected all of this information about Earth, particularly its heroes, because like they're the most interesting things to read about, and she collected it all into this special like sphere. and she like launched it into space. It was like an archive of human achievement.
Why did she launch it into space?
Because that way the Manhunters could have found it and then used it against their heroes by becoming sleeper agents for all the identities of the characters that they didn't know before. So like the idea here is that Harbinger, in her effort to be useful, winds up facilitating the Manhunters' greatest scheme, which is of course infiltrating the heroes.
Cool!
The Triple H lets her know that later.
Oh, okay.
Also, Harbinger's whole journey in this story is, she's like, I had parents, they died. I was then taken in by the Monitor, and he's dead. I kind of feel bad and sad, and I'm kind of lonely, and I wish I had a purpose and a place in this universe. So, like, I've been monitoring stuff, and I've been, like, keeping all this information. I etched everything onto this gold sphere, shot it into space. That should be enough for now. It isn't. It turns out not to be. She's captured by the Manhunters, and she's kind of, like, tortured until the end of the book, when they're like, hey, we have a purpose for you. And she's like, nah, screw you, and she leaves. Like, that's what she does in this entire book.
I was thinking the entire book, she would make copies of herself and be like, all
She
right,
does do
guys,
that.
get to work. And, like, they just start lounging around the area.
Right, because they're all boring,
Yeah,
or they're all, like,
they're,
not
eating
interested.
chips and watching TV, and, like,
Yeah.
one of them is vacuuming, being like, I gotta clean up all you fuckers.
I assume we were never going to see her again after this page.
No, she is a major player in as much
Okay.
as she's in it throughout the book.
Sure.
So heeding the beck and call of Triple H and Tooth Fairy, all of Earth's heroes converge on the Green Lantern's Palacio estate. And so all the heroes go there,
And then they can all have a pool party.
basically, but it's all business right now. So all these teams that they're really focusing on in 88 show up, which
Okay.
includes like Infinity Inc. and Justice League International, and like just teams you're like, oh, and the Outsiders, which is a team that Batman formed and kind of like ran.
Right.
It's like you can't have a small gathering anymore.
Oh no,
We have all these characters.
it's
You gotta get
over.
them
No,
all.
you got to get them all in there. The others show up. All your favorite teams.
Right.
Unfortunately, we don't get teams like the Doom Patrol or the Titans.
No, not them. Is one of them a living hang glider?
That's Metamorpho. He can become anything, and he becomes a hang glider to facilitate Black Lightning's arrival.
Cool.
After he's a hang glider, he becomes steam.
Oh.
Anyway, so all the heroes meet up, and
That's all he was before.
so they all hang out, and just you get all this like bullshit like information about like how everybody's thinking and feeling and stuff. And Guy Gardner's in a weird place because normally he's like the hothead dipshit. Mm-hmm. Right now he's like in a weird transitional phase where he's like trying to be cool and he's like trying not like cool like
Yeah.
Fonzie, like
No,
cool
he's trying to
like
cool it off.
he's trying to cool down and like be copacetic with everybody. And it actually winds up being more annoying and unhelpful than him just being a pain in the ass.
He went to a
That's great.
seminar.
Yeah, basically he did. Like a court-appointed seminar, and he learned a big lesson. So, anyway, Triple H explains that 5 billion years ago, Nadia and Triple H were born on a planet called Maltus. And when they found out that
They were both born there?
basically the Owens and the Zamorans are from the same race, and that when they discovered that they were immortal, they were like, well, since we can't die and we are forever, we don't need to procreate. So the Owens focused only on their intelligence, and the Zamorans focused only on being hot. Because they're women, you see. And,
The Zamorans are all women?
yeah,
Okay.
which is why their heads are so big.
Their whole plan isn't to bang, is it?
No, they already figured that out a few billion years later, you see.
Well, they're like, wait a minute. We don't have to bang.
Yeah, well, the idea...
But we can.
Bingo. Basically, they were like, after like 5 billion years, they all realized that they accomplished everything they wanted to do, and so they did. So they
That's why
decided.
the Owens are so blue.
Yeah, that's right, because their testicles are in their foreheads. So they literally were like, we've done everything except each other. Let's do that now, and they paired off and banged. And when they all like got out of their system, they were like, oh, we've all been stupid, and we should like chill out.
I'd love it if the Owens were finally like, oh, screw the Green Lantern Corps. Do you see these chicks?
Exactly. No, the sequence that shows the Zamorans and the Owens like getting down is horrendous. I'm going to quote the line. It could, The crisis reduced the Guardians to a total of 22. After banging, they realized, like, oh, there's more to this universe than just, like, science and Green Lanterns. Now they've done that now.
Oh,
so,
what else can I bang?
yeah, exactly. So then
They're bang that planet.
Yeah, the Owens and the Zamorans just go through a, like, fuck spree where they just... They just do everything.
Every corner of the galaxy.
Yeah, like toasters, trees, it doesn't matter.
Do
it's
not
all green.
put a black light on this universe.
Yeah. So Triple H and Nadia are like, this is the new millennium.
Gotta smoke.
We've
After
decided.
sex?
Yeah.
We've decided that now is the new millennium.
It's the afterglow. That's what they should have called this book.
Right? Well, no, because they're like, this is the new millennium, it is the afterglow, but like, we're gonna pick 10 people on this planet.
And we're gonna bang them.
We are gonna bestow into them power that will allow them to be essentially the new Guardians of the Universe.
Because we're done with that.
Yeah. It's basically like a life cycle. Like, well, I've laid my eggs and I've spread my seed and therefore I now must die. Like they don't. It's not like they
salmon.
They
Yeah,
basically
they bang once and then they're dead.
Well, and I don't know if it's because I don't think it's because like they only discovered that they were immortal because they were stupid and didn't bang. I think it's more just the fact that, like, after banging, they came to this great realization.
You know what it was? Is that after banging, the Owens' heads are so large, they probably ruptured something for the first time.
Yeah.
I'm guessing what you were going to say was that they're like, well, I'm done.
Yeah.
I've done everything now.
I've done everything, including
Check.
them. So,
Would you like to do it? We could do it more than once.
oh,
Wait!
Yeah.
We don't have to die!
Oh, you're dead.
nope, I already bestowed all of my power and, like, knowledge or whatever into these 10 randos on Earth.
I bestowed it through them by fucking them.
So so that's the plan. So the story is,
We're going to meet new characters because we're going to make them because they're going to get power.
yeah, because people aren't sick of Infinity Inc. and the others and the Outsiders. We need to create another team called the New Guardians, which will be established at the end of Millennium.
And Pie Face is one of them.
Yeah, Pieface they pick is one of them. Yeah. By the way,
mean
because
Tom?
Yeah, because they made their list before they got here. By the way, it wasn't like they're like, well, now we go on a whirlwind tour of planet Earth and we meet random people and we decide like, hey, this waiter was really nice to me and brought me extra bread. Hey, guess what? You're part of the Millennium now. No,
Boom! Power!
exactly. No, they hand select them. They tell everybody like a little like short history about like the Manhunters and the Green Lantern Corps and how basically the Manhunters have caught wise to our plan. And so we want all you heroes here to protect the people we've chosen and stop the Manhunters. Because our great plan is like more important than anything and needs to be facilitated.
Why don't you just get on with it then?
Well, no, we are about to, but the Manhunters are going to get in the way, so now we've called all the heroes here, and they're going to help us. The heroes are like, this is bizarre. And Flash, who is Wally West, who is a former member of the Titans, is like, I have a question. Why weren't the Titans involved? Like, why weren't they invited? And they go, oh, good question, actually, because one of our selected people is a member of the Titans, and it's Terra.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. The traitor,
Terra.
the preteen traitor who banged Deathstroke, she was selected. Because my grand cosmic scheme doesn't know morality. But, inconveniently enough, she's freaking dead.
Hooray!
Which Geoforce, her brother, is like all too kind to tell them.
Excuse me?
Yeah. And Triple H's like, what? Oh.
All right, I guess we'll have 9 Guardians.
Literally, they're like, okay, well, the reason we picked 10 is because that's a lot. So that's fine. We can work with 9. And that happens like 3 more times.
It's not just gonna be like,
No,
pick somebody else.
It just keeps happening where they're like, okay, that's fine. We had 10, we're back to 9, that's fine. 2 more people are dead. Okay, 7's fine, we're good. And then one of them's like, I don't want to do that. Okay, we can get by with 6.
And the last person for the team is Thomas Wayne.
Right. He got bad news for you.
Batman's like,
Basically, the heroes are like, this is really weird. And then Superman has to go like, hey, everybody, we're in, right? We're in. And they're like, all right.
God damn it, Superman.
stop. What are you doing here, Superman?
Yeah, so then they all leave, and we like see the heroes interact with these characters who, of course, will be Manhunters and traitors.
So they didn't call them here directly right away. Like, hi.
The 10.
Yeah, the people they wanted. They weren't just like, hey, could you come here like right now? Just come here. Just
No.
come here.
No, they have to. They told the heroes the plan. They sent the heroes out. just to be, to do whatever. And now Nadia and Triple H are going to go to each person individually and let them know the good news.
Are they the only ones bestowing the power upon these 10?
Yes.
Do other Guardians have to come in?
Nope. Just them. And of course, Millennium is one of these big, massive events, which means tie-ins. Thankfully, this volume doesn't have any of the tie-ins. Unfortunately, because, events were kind of, fresh. Mm-hmm. They were like, well, if it's an event and we have tie-ins, we're not going to make these tie-ins unnecessary. So each tie-in is vitally important to the story about each character within the Millennium event. So, Superman is confronted by Lana Lang at the Daily Planet. Clark Kent's doing his thing, and Lana shows up, and she's like, hey, I heard this rumor about, how apparently this blue guy and this big, tall lady, want to give powers to these random people. He's like, well, how would you know that? She's like, I hear things. Anyway, I'm thinking you shouldn't. I think you shouldn't help them. And he's like, well, that's really not for you to say. And she's like, well, maybe what I'm here to say is that is to tell everybody that you're actually Superman. And he's like, what? And you're like, oh no! Buy Superman to find out what happens with that. Next issue of Millennium is just Superman has problems. And he's just not in the book. Superman, and this happened in Legends as well, where Reagan is like, hey, Superman, don't be in Legends. And he's like, okie dokie. And then he's not in Legends until the end when the Reagan's like, I guess gotta be in the end of the book. Okie dokie, you got it. And then he goes and is in Legends at the end. The same thing happens in Millennium, where he's like, I'm having a hard time. Guess I won't be in Millennium. And then he is. But at least he does something in the story. Batman winds up getting shanghaied by Commissioner Gordon.
Oh.
You're like, oh no, Commissioner Gordon's a manhunter. Was he a robot or brainwashed? Well, you can read the Batman tie-in or the Detective Comics tie-in to find out what happens with that, because Millennium does not tell you.
Oh. Or I could just not.
Or who cares?
I can't believe all of these people are actually just telling their secrets. Be like, hey, so you have to not help the Guardians because I'm a manhunter.
Right.
And I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, I know. It's
not even like, you really shouldn't do
they don't use their visage to trick them. No, they're like,
I've been a manhunter this whole time.
I've been a manhunter the whole time, and I'm going to kill you if you don't do it. I'm not going to do that.
Why would Superman be like, oh, okay.
Right.
I'm Superman.
Yeah, I know.
By the way, we have the main plot of the story already set.
Yeah.
There's 85% more book here.
Yeah, but all the rest of the book is facilitating those ends. We have to spend a lot of time where Triple H and Nadia go to each member of who will eventually become the new Guardians.
Right.
And tell them the exact same thing every time.
Yeah, I'm with Tiffany on this one. You couldn't gather them all at once.
Nope. So, they go to the Aborigine plains and they meet up with this woman. They go to Japan and they get this businessman. They go to South Africa and they get this major racist white guy.
Cool. Why?
Oh, because, who are you to question our brilliant scheme? They also go to, communist China and they ask this lady who's part of the, system to join. They invite this Russian who's part of the, oligarchy. Mm-hmm. And it spells trouble for everybody. The Chinese are kind of that sounds good.
So most of them are regular people except for Tara?
Yes. But she's dead anyway, so it didn't matter. Right. No, everyone else is a regular person.
I saw Mr. Bones earlier.
Yeah, he's in this book throughout.
That's bizarre. You don't have to go back to him.
He doesn't do anything.
But he's just there.
He's just there also.
They just wanted him to be there. Why not?
What? Listen, it's 88. I don't know if Ghost Rider was very popular at that time. I don't think so. But maybe DC was like, who the guys over across the street haven't been using in a while? It's Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
If we get Mr. Bones working now.
Yeah, why? I mean,
Ghost Rider looked like the ripoff.
We've got a Skeleton Man.
This is a weird book.
Yeah.
And it is drawn a little weird.
Yeah, well, they go to Peru and they get this
This
very distinct character who only speaks Spanish.
This is a weird book about characters I don't care about.
What? That's every DC event in the 80s.
The big facilitators of it are also characters I don't care about.
Yeah.
How?
So the Lanterns save Pieface. They
finally find him in a ditch.
They find him in the ditch. They bring him to their house. They fix him up. because both his legs were broken.
They're like, hey man, how you doing? You missed the pool party.
He's like, yeah, I was beaten savagely by robots.
We were all in bikinis.
Oh.
We were having a great time.
No,
We're not going to do it again.
Tom's not interested. He has a wife and children.
Oh.
Which is also the reason why he can't have fun.
Doesn't mean he can't
his wife is the airfield and his children are the planes.
Yeah. Now, Tiffany's going to be really excited because a lot of characters show up in this book that you don't care about, right?
Yeah.
One of the selected members of the new Guardians is the Floronic Man.
What?
The
Why?
what?
Yeah.
Why? No.
Don't question my brilliant plan.
No, that is stupid and you're stupid. You made me repeat the thing that you are.
Who is the Floronic Man?
The Floronic Man is...
No. Who is the Floronic Man, Tiffany?
Floronic Man is Jason Woodrow. He is the antagonist to Swamp Thing.
He's evil Swamp Thing.
He's evil Swamp Thing. He's a scientist. He's a big jerk. He inevitably becomes a guardian of the green as well. And in some instances, he is the creator of Poison Ivy.
Right.
Huh.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah.
He's a crazy...
So's Tara.
Well,
yeah. Tara, the racist guy from South Africa, the Floronic Man.
But they're like, yeah, the Floronic Man. Why not?
By the way, Floronic Man does not end up becoming a member of the New Guardians.
Good. What happens there?
The Parliament of Trees tells him not to join.
Well, he must... Oh, then he must be a guardian of the green at this point.
Yeah, he is.
He's working with the green.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Manhunters try to influence him, and he, like, pretends like they're going to influence him, and then he's like, nah, screw you. And then he, like, kills them.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. I mean, like, literally, the Floronic Man just showed up in Justice League Dark in, like, their annual because he's going to be part of the, like, Legion of Doom.
Justice League Bright, I guess, or the Legion of Doom Dark?
Yeah, the Legion of Doom Dark. Dark Doom.
Yeah. So, the Manhunters are all having their big meeting in a secret location. The Grandmaster is like, hey, the Guardians are getting their Millennium people together. What the hell?
Why are you all here?
Yeah, why are you all here?
Should you all be out?
And they're like, you're right. No man escapes the Manhunters. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, right. Sorry, we forgot what we were doing for a second.
I love it. But they very fair and balanced reporting about the Russians here. One of the members of the Russian elite was selected. He immediately informs the government. He's like, hello, like, guys, listen, like, this blue guy and this big white chick told me that I'm part of this special thing. And it's like, what do you want me to do? And they're like, oh, that sounds great. And they shoot him in the head. That's him. That's it.
What? Why would they? What?
They just don't want him to be part of that.
Well, yeah, because Russia's just full of spies.
Well, I'm
they probably thought he was, like, defecting to space.
Right, to space. Well, I assume that they don't want him to be, like, more powerful than them or something. Although, at this point, like, you're dealing with space gods. Like, just do what they want. At least you'll have a guy. He's loyal to you.
You've got a man on the inside. You're
I
like,
know.
nah.
He actually came to you and told you this. Instead of being like, screw you, Russia.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The Guardians, when they select somebody, they tell the heroes go to those places and they, like, try to protect them. They don't send everybody, by the way. They send, like, one or two people. Like, the Peruvian guy gets visited by Wally West. But Wally West doesn't speak a lick of Spanish, so he's like this awkward time trying to talk to him. And then, like, it's useless. You
have so many heroes, and you're not sending, like, all of them? Like, one or two just goes to visit these people?
Yeah.
Does Wally do that thing where he just shouts louder?
No. No, he knows a little Spanish, so he uses that on him, but it's broken English because they don't even bother to translate. They just put little brackets around it, which is a great tool. I do like that at the very least, Batman is involved pretty much from the get-go. Like, his involvement is that he's kind of like doing damage control. Like, sometimes they get attacked by Manhunters, and he springs into action. At one point or another later in the story, he's like, this is stupid. I'm a detective. I should be able to figure this problem out.
Right.
Like, I'm the best one out of everybody here. I'm the most popular at the very least. Like, I should be able to just figure it out. And then he does. He just goes like, I've been doing this all wrong. Like, I've been trying to, like, run the Outsiders and join the JLI. Like, what am I doing? I should just be Batman.
He's like, later.
Yeah.
There's a lot about the Floronic Man here. I keep seeing him pop up.
Yeah, but he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, but, like, everyone's here.
Yeah.
He shows up. He's there.
Yeah. Well, he's one of the selected.
Wasn't he like...
He was in Arkham, originally. So, eventually, chicanery takes place. So, the heroes are, like, betrayed by their supporting cast. They run away or beat them. Booster Gold, decides that he has no Manhunter because he has no tether to this reality. But thankfully, there is a Manhunter who has like money and influence, and he's like, "Hey, I'll pay you a lot of money if you just betray the Justice League." And he's like, "Okay, cool, I'm in." So like, Booster Gold just becomes a Manhunter by virtue of being a greedy dipshit.
Yeah, that sounds like Booster Gold.
Right. I mean, like, that sounds like the worst interpretation of Booster Gold, which, of course, this is. Eventually, all of them are chosen, and then the heroes and the Guardian, Triple H, bring all of the people to the Green Lantern house, which they should have done in the beginning.
Exactly. I love them all together. It's like all these regular-looking people and the Floronic Man.
And the Floronic was like, yeah! And they're like, oh.
I'm not being a Guardian with this guy.
Yeah, he's not part of this, right?
Yeah.
Like he just came with the house or something?
Right.
He's
He'll
the
stay
gardener?
in the house?
Yeah. Nope. He's gonna be part of this.
Am I gonna look like that?
No.
Is this what happens when you get your powers?
No, he got his powers before we chose him. In all actuality, Floronic Man should physically change his entire appearance if he was bestowed the power of the new Guardians. Because everyone physically changes.
Oh, okay.
Completely. So Nadia and Triple H basically like get everybody in a row, and they're like, okay, we've got everybody here. Another freaking person we chose was assassinated by his own government, so we're down to 8, and that's okay because we picked a big number, and so we can just whittle it down. We really, I'm not going to tell you how many we actually need because then whoever is in charge or the Manhunters will kill that exact number.
Right.
So let's just focus on, do you actually want to like live forever, have superpowers, and like protect this universe? And all of them are like, totally. Because of course, including Pieface, who's like, yeah, I got a lot of flack from my wife because she was all like, hey, you're just gonna ditch me and your children. And he's like, no, I'm not. So like, I'm in. Later on, she's like, you're gonna ditch us. And he's like, no, I'm not. She's like, well, you gotta choose between me or this. And he's like, okay, I'm giving up my immortality and future just to be with my wife and children.
Why doesn't he just what? No,
That's-
just take it and then just
Nah.
stay there and like
No, he has a responsibility.
bring them with you.
Now, what's your question?
I thought this was the Russian guy. I was like, did they just replace him with another
No, that's
Russian?
the South African bigot.
Oh, okay.
He winds up having a real hard time because, like, when he was chosen, he's like, of course, because I'm white and superior. I don't care for the blue guy, but this white woman seems pretty good.
Oh my God, women! Women on the team?
He does make that point, though.
And people of not white color?
Yeah.
My goodness.
But he is, like, more than happy
I'm fine with this
to...
plant man, though. He seems on the level.
Yeah. But he does accept the responsibility through his own selfish ends. Of course, he doesn't make it.
Yay!
Like, at some point or another, they're like, you're a dipshit, get out of here. And then he's like, he swears revenge and becomes like the antagonist of the new Guardians.
I can't be a dipshit. The Guardians chose me.
I know, and like maybe that was part of their scheme. Like maybe like he was supposed to be like almost chosen and then became a douche because he needs to be like the villain. I don't know. Anyway,
Like it's between you and Floronic Man. One of you two is going to be the villain.
Exactly.
We'll see what happens.
right. So
As it turns out, it's not Floronic Man. What a twist.
So, what basically they find out, Batman discovers through detection, is that the Manhunters have a base in the bayou. And so, and he tracks it by basically going to Arkham and asking about the Floronic Man and like tracing all of this information all the way.
That makes sense.
And he uses his detection skills to go to the bayou and discover the Manhunter's base.
And the Guild of Thieves.
Yes. Meanwhile, in New York City, Madame Xanadu gets possession of a Manhunter mask when she is suddenly visited by a Manhunter himself. Yeah, Madame Xanadu's also in this book.
Okay.
And so Madame Xanadu is visited, of course, by Jim Corrigan, the Spectre, and other friends. They fight the would-be Manhunter, who, because I think Madame Xanadu wanted a Manhunter mask because like they're hard to get and they have like their own powers. But then this other Manhunter shows up and he's like, "Screw you, I need that." And he like takes it, he puts it on.
This like discount Justice League Dark here.
Yeah, there's a lot of activity going on in the Louisiana Bayou.
Ooh, everyone's gonna go down to the bayou.
Literally, like all these characters like converge on the bayou.
And look, it's Mardi Gras.
Ah, that's awesome. They just have a great old time. They eat crawfish. It's great.
They get a lot of beads.
Uh-oh.
None more than Miracle Man.
Miracle Man is in this book, but doesn't go. So
Mr. Bones, he's just like, everyone can just see, he's just like, yeah, this guy, give him all your beads.
Yeah, he looks great.
Mr. Bones also would like really fit in. Anyway, so Harbinger, of course, is captured by the Manhunters, and because she's like, I can't believe that I'm responsible for the Manhunters' ability to defeat the heroes of this Earth. My whole job was to protect it, and I screwed up, so I'll go deal with them directly, and she is defeated.
I'll just ask them to give back the information.
Yeah, so she's literally defeated, and they like chain her up, and then the Grandmaster like gives her a hard time, makes fun of her, and then drops the keys by accident. And then after like 20 minutes of trying to get to it, she does eventually get to it, unlocks her bindings, and then like Manhunters come out and attack her.
We knew you'd go for it.
Yeah. And then she bumps into friggin' what's his name? The Grandmaster, who's like, lol, you fell for my dropping the keys gag.
I'm the Grandmaster, I don't drop keys. Come on.
Yeah.
Did they just need to, like, were they being paid by the page?
Yeah, this
or-
is all filler.
Yeah, yeah, no. This is 3 issues of story in an 8-issue series.
Yes.
And all the stuff you want to see is either in tie-ins or just glossed over.
Like,
Straight up. Like, okay, so Batman finds out about the secret Bayou base. He goes there. The government tells Captain Atom to go there because there's some messed up stuff going over there. The Discount Justice League Dark, they also are headed down there.
Right.
They all end up at the secret Manhunter base and beat them and blow up the base, and you don't see that in the Millennium book. Literally, Batman and his merry band of like characters he's never interacted with
God damn it.
beat the Manhunters, blow up the base, and basically assume victory.
So, at one point, the Manhunters are a threat in this book, and then without seeing
No.
it, they no longer
They're
are.
still a
that
threat.
base is done.
That base is defeated, and most of the Manhunters were at that base. So, like, Superman is finally done being shanghaied by, like, his own story.
Yeah.
So he goes to the Green Lantern meeting just in time to arrive at a big celebration for Batman being total awesome.
I love this. I also, for some reason, immediately read that as really sarcastic.
Way to go, Batman.
He's like,
I love that there's a full page that says, way to go, Batman. And Batman's looking at Clark like, shh, dipshit.
So I'm sorry, but like when you really think about this page, right here,
Yeah.
in this book called Millennium,
Uh-huh.
about these new characters.
Uh-huh.
What?
Right.
Is this like, go buy the tie-ins, idiots?
Yeah.
No, I'm
You
not going
missed
to.
it. You missed the big
I'm
climactic.
Superman then.
Yeah. And I love it because Superman is basically like, what? What's going on? He joins Batman on this stage of adoration, and he's like, what's happening here? And the hero's like, tell him, Batman! And Batman's like, I found the Manhunter base, and I blew it up. And Superman's like, wow! That's awesome!
We were going to rename this the Superman stage because usually I'm up here.
Yeah, literally, Superman's like, what happened? And they're like, Batman did the thing you were supposed to do 2 issues ago. And he's like, oh.
Oh, I don't, Batman, can I see you?
Aw.
Can I see you in the corner?
Right. Literally,
What's up, Clark?
Superman says, really? That was you? And Batman goes, I only had a hand in it. And then he thinks to himself, but I can't deny that I'm glad you had none.
That's awesome. Because Superman's like, really?
Really? Batman?
Batman sucks.
You know he has no powers, right? Like, this, he's certainly Bruce Wayne, everybody.
Why is he even here?
He's just rich, all right? Oh, he's got money. I can
Yeah.
have money.
I could get any money I want.
Hang on, I'll be
Give
right
me all your
back.
money or I'll burn you all to death.
Whoa, Superman, what's going on?
I'm sorry, I had a rough time. My ex-girlfriend got all mad at me and she's a manhunter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I went, way to go, Superman. I dealt with that. Woo,
Way to go, Superman! I keep the friggin' Earth on its axis every goddamn day and I don't murder you all for it.
One person in the back goes, yay, Superman!
Thanks, Jimmy.
Yeah. There's also like a running thing. DC likes to do it. Legends did it, where there's like a story and there's like another story like running alongside it. They don't do it to the degree that Legends did it, where it's like literally 2 different comics are happening at the same friggin' time. Like in Legends, it's the main book, and then just there were panels that went this way that told a totally different story.
Yeah, that was really discombobulating.
It was very frustrating. But like Nadia and Triple H are explaining to the new recruits the like 9 or 10 phases of their godhood or their impending future. and like all the shit they need to learn and stuff.
They
and
just
like
don't zap them?
No, not yet. That's like stage 10. The rest of it's like listen to our bullshit stories. So
Oh
they
my
do
god,
that.
this is a goddamn seminar.
Yeah, it's basically a timeshare meeting.
Is this a pyramid scheme?
Feels like it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so yeah, every time you get someone to give powers to, you'll get more powers.
Right.
But you got it first, I get all the powers.
That's why it doesn't matter that so many people die. But anyway, but that happens, and it like parallels what they're talking about because like these higher beings are talking about like greater responsibility, and these heroes are all like glad handing and patting each other on the back for a job well done, and the job ain't over yet.
Right.
Meanwhile, Batman tells his flashback where he's like, when I got there, I bumped into Jim Corrigan and these heroes, and then like everything kind of like blew up, but nobody got burned because like everything turned into snow. And everyone's like, that's bizarre. And then Adam and Firestorm are like, yeah, that's because Adam blew everything up, and then Firestorm converted the fire into snow. And they're like, cool, all the pieces fit together. Thanks a lot.
World's greatest detective, my ass.
Yeah. So the heroes are like, that was cool. We're pretty awesome. Meanwhile, fellow hero Looker feels this like, Obi-Wan sickness of like, I have 1,000 souls cried out in terror.
Okay, wait, Looker as in she is a looker?
She is a looker, and she has like powers over,
Looking?
Oh no, over people's feelings. Her physical attractiveness influences people's behavior.
Is that a power?
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think a lot of people have that power.
Yeah, ask any attractive person, and then they'll let you know.
So she's just a regular person.
I mean, like, yes. Well,
She just like has really nice makeup.
what's funny is
That's
Looker
not a power around her
Looker's
eyes.
powers don't work on robots because like they don't have guts.
Right.
Anyway, so they're like, well, let's go. We'll get the Bat guy. He seems to be really good at that. And like, no, let's not bother Batman. Batman had a victory, and he's a regular person. He needs to relax. And they're like,
let's not stress him out.
right. So then, like, they leave.
Every time we see Mr. Bones, he's smoking.
Yeah.
I mean, what does he care?
Yeah,
Wait,
was he
how
gonna
is
get
he smoking?
cancer? Indeed.
But how can he inhale? There's
in the
nothing
lungs.
to seal.
How can he talk? The same way he can talk, he can breathe it in.
No. You have to create suction. How can you create suction? There's holes.
Maybe he just likes how it feels.
just holds
Maybe
it.
it's just an
He
oral
holds
fixation.
it the whole time?
Yeah.
Ah, good.
Yes,
That's
right.
flavor country.
Everyone enjoyed my secondhand smoke.
That's his real power.
Yeah, he's just being a dickhead. So anyway, Batman feels like a twang of regret and guilt because he feels like maybe something happened to the Outsiders. Spoilers, it did. And he feels bad about it. Anyway, then Aquaman and Aqualad show up, and they're like, hey, first of all, we weren't invited. Secondly, we found a spaceship that belongs to robots in the ocean. And they're like, what? So they all go outside to look at it, and they're like, that's cool.
How'd they get it here?
They use special jellyfish to get it up there. They're talking about how, like, oh man, a spaceship, right. Like, they use spaceships to get around. And then they all kind of realize that, like, Earth isn't the center of the universe, and that the Manhunters have influence all over. And so maybe what they should do is, like, start thinking about, like, everybody else for a change. So they decide to send a contingent to, like, go into space and defeat the Manhunters from their home turf.
Let's take the fight to them!
Yeah,
But
basically.
like, the Grandmaster is here, right?
Well, they don't know that. And we don't know that either because we're looking at it, It just looks like a crazy, base. It could be on Earth. We don't know.
Who the hell is this guy I keep seeing?
Oh, this Green Lantern?
Yes.
That's Drix from Crix, who was killed by Sinestro. But the Lantern Ring won't let him die, so he's a corpse.
You have to be kidding me!
No.
But like, plenty of other Green Lanterns have died.
I know. Yeah, but I guess Drix's physiology allowed him to not
He
die.
has so much will.
Yeah. He just doesn't want to die
Oh,
so bad.
He's the greatest Green Lantern of the
Really,
world. then.
Drix is friggin', yeah. Or he's the
Screw
original
you,
Black
Hal Jordan.
Lantern. Anyway, so Drix shows up at Harbinger's cell. And,
I mean,
and-
he didn't look a whole lot better before the accident.
There were 22 Green Lanterns left, or whatever.
No,
How many-
22 Guardians.
All right, how many Green Lanterns are left?
Like 5.
And Drix is one of them.
Well, technically, no. Drix is a corpse that, like, the battery is running.
Yeah, but don't they need that power?
Yeah.
I think they all feel bad. They're just like, leave Drix alone. If we take it, it's just kind of mean.
Yeah. So anyway, Drix and Harbinger try to escape. Meanwhile, the heroes all decide that they're going to go.
I can't believe Drix helps Harbinger.
I said, why not? All the other heroes are on Earth, like, jerking each other off. So the heroes are like, okay, we're going to send our most powerful, awesome, cute people into space to kick ass. And they're like, well, it's in space, though. Like, it's far away. And so Dr. Fate's like, no problem, magic! And then they go.
Sure.
He goes, we are gone! And then they get there. And Blue Beetle's like, I am so glad that I was not part of that team.
He said we are gone and they left. No.
No. So he decides to
lame.
so Ted looks at the spaceship and analyzes that. That's important. So then the powerhouses go into space to battle the Manhunters. They bump into the High Master? This is Grandmaster, and I think there's High Master. They don't refer to him by name. I think the Grandmaster refers to him later. But there's a big yellow Manhunter that fights them and starts whooping their ass.
I'm guessing the High Master is not as high as the Grandmaster.
No. So he's kicking their ass. It's not enough that he blasts them with energy. He also has wrist-mounted laser cannons that he fires at them. And then ultimately they're like, we're gonna die. And so the Dr. Fate is like, wait a minute. My helmet's telling me something. He knows this shit because the helmet tells him, but he doesn't know how to do it really well. So he's like, I feel like I know that we got to do the Call of the Vayu in order to get out of here. So he's like, screw it, I'm going to do it anyway. So he does, and they wind up in a hell dimension where they're all going to be completely eaten by fire. And he's like, oh God, I was wrong. I'm sorry, I've killed us. And so they're like, wait, I've got it.
We are in hell.
Yeah, he's like, wait, this is where we're supposed to go, but I fucked it up. So what I need to do is use all of my Dr. Fate powers, and I can infuse it into two of you who can leave this dimension and then basically get us out of here. So Green Lantern's girlfriend goes, you should choose Hal because he's the best of the Green Lanterns. And
thanks, honey.
And everybody else is like, and Superman.
Do you mean the Green Flame team?
Yeah.
Who was in hell?
Uh-huh. Well, they're not really in hell.
I'm just saying.
They infuse Superman and Green Lantern with
and they're like, no, screw Superman, get Batman instead.
Yeah.
Batman!
So Superman and Green Lantern save them. How? Probably in a tie-in. So,
what?
Yeah, that's it.
What?
Meanwhile, Batman decides that he is going to go and...
But then are they just back? Because of the tie-in?
They are not back. No, they're still in space. No, once they get out of the dimension...
that's what I mean, they just...
Well, the dimensional problem is solved. But they're still back in space fighting the Manhunters.
Right, but was the dimensional problem solved in this book or in the tie-in?
In the tie-in.
That's stupid. I'm not reading the tie-ins, I'm reading this book.
Well, you shouldn't, because you're only getting half part of the picture
It's
here.
like...
Why is it collected?
It's like they wrote the entire thing, and the tie-ins were inserted like the entire story.
Right, and they were like, ooh, we could break those up. Who's the main character of that chapter? Just make that a book.
Why
All right, pull it out.
Then
Wait,
why are
pull
they...
it out of the main story? I pull it out.
If that is literally part of the main story, because it's not really a tie-in, because it's informing the story too much,
yeah,
they should be in here.
Yeah.
No, tie-in.
I agree. So, in another tie-in, Booster Gold facilitates the destruction of Batman's kind of squad, the Outsiders. So Batman decides to bring Guy Gardner Green Lantern, because he's a badass and won't pull any punches, or so he thinks, and go to Booster Gold and beat the hell out of him.
He's like, hey, Batman, is this a bad time to tell you I've taken a vow of peace?
Literally, that's what happens. And Batman's like, oh my God, you are useless no matter who you're trying to be, Guy. I hate you so much.
And the guy freaks out. He's like, no one talks to me like that.
Yeah, I love it. Because before they leave, Batman is like, he's Batmaning it up. He's about to leave. And Wonder Woman shows up because Wonder Woman's new.
What?
Wonder Woman showed up for the first time in front of the superheroes in Legends a year or two prior to this. So Wonder Woman's kind of new to the team, new to these characters. The Trinity is not the Trinity.
So
they don't
she
know
hasn't
each
been
other.
doing anything?
She's been dealing with Pan, another god who Zeus has an issue with.
Is he a goat
man? He is a goat man and a manhunter.
He's a goat manhunter.
Bingo. So Wonder Woman's been dealing with Pan. And I love it because in Millennium, we haven't seen Wonder Woman. She showed up on the cover and in the crowd shots, but otherwise not really. So Batman's leaving and she goes, hey, Batman, really quick, you might be wondering why I haven't been in the book yet. And he's like, shut the hell up! She's like, wow. Just when I start to come around on the world of men, they treat me like shit. Well, fuck you, Batman.
Agreed.
And Batman literally goes like, sorry. I'm having a rough time. And that's when she's like, wow, what a jerk. So then Batman and Guy go fight Booster Gold, and then, Batman is like getting his ass zapped by Booster Gold in his future suit, and he's like, well, Guy, use your Lancer and get this freaking idiot! And Guy's like, well, you did attack him first. I mean, like, listen, maybe he needs to just be talked to. So Guy, like, walks up the stairs, and then Booster Gold just punches him in the face. And he's like, wow, I can't believe you did that. Well, I'll use my ring and I'll keep you contained, you jerk. I can't believe you punched me. And then Booster Gold's like, I have a force field, meh, and uses it to blast out of the ring and then flies away. And Batman has this amazing scene where he's, every time you think you have them nailed, they prove you wrong. I hate to admit it, but I liked you better when you were brutal.
Wow, Batman, that is a thing to say. You should really have a cup of tea and think that over.
This Batman is bizarre.
It's very bizarre because it's like Silver Age Batman plus like post Frank Miller Batman, because it is in the universe of that. Like Frank Miller's Year One is the post-crisis origin for Batman. Every time we look at like a Batman book that isn't written by Frank Miller in the 80s but takes place after Year One, they don't fit because all the other writers are like, oh, that's kind of dark. I don't want to do that. I like Batman when he was like fun and happy. And it's like, but I also do like the idea of him being like this dark, brooding Avenger. So like, I'll write him being this like basically bipolar jerk, where he's like, ho!
Which is kind of fitting.
I guess it's just
that's really weird.
It's a mess.
Have these people gotten their freaking powers yet?
They don't get it until the last page. So the racist guy, he quits. Pieface is like, I can't be on the team because my wife says I can't. Floronic Man is like, I'm not gonna do it. Like he was influenced by this like punker Manhunter, or at least you thought he was. And then he like uses the Parliament of Trees and the Green to just like pull him in. He absorbs him into the ground. Then they all laugh at him. And then Batman threatens to murder him if he doesn't tell them more about the Manhunters.
Wait, the punk or
the punk?
Okay.
Now Floronic Man's like on the team, basically at this point, which absolutely shouldn't be, but doesn't matter. But yeah, Batman literally he sits the punker down and he's like, "You're gonna tell me where every last Manhunter is in this godforsaken planet, or I am gonna freaking kill you." And all the heroes are like, "Is Batman gonna kill this guy?"
Or he actually says, "Or I'm going to kill you."
Yeah. Well, he's just trying to scare him because we know Batman won't murder him.
This Batman might. I don't know this Batman.
That's true.
This Batman has some real problems.
If it's written by Mike Barr, he straight up will murder him.
Well, not only that, but like, Green Lantern wasn't going to do anything.
Right.
He's like, well, now I got to fill in.
Yeah, useless Lantern didn't do anything. So basically they find out. So before they can interrogate this punker, Blue Beetle shows up and he's like, the spaceship came from the Earth's core. The Manhunter base is in the Earth's core. And they're like, oh, Grandmaster and all of the like slaves, they're in the Earth's core.
All right,
that's where the secret base is.
The Earth's core?
Yeah, I know.
The Earth's core is liquid metal.
Well,
nope, it's not. It's a secret base just for the Manhunters.
It's in the planet core.
Oh, they used a bongo to get there.
Nice.
They literally do. So
what?
Anyway, so the heroes like escape from the Hell Dimension and I guess defeat the Manhunters because we don't see any of that happening and they're just kind of floating around being like, what do we do now?
Yeah.
Harbinger shows up and she's with dead Lantern. And
yeah, who's looking worse every time we see him.
Yeah. He doesn't say anything. He just makes horrible screams.
Like he wants to die?
Yeah. Well, look, or he is dead. Like when he wants to agree with somebody, he just goes, Fwah! That's all he's capable of doing.
Everyone's like,
oh.
Hal? You wanna
mercy kill this poor son of a bitch?
This seems like this
How
is...
dare you? How dare you?
The ring chose him.
He is a valuable member of the Green Lantern team, and when it is his time to die, he will die.
He is literally dead.
When it's his time
that's
to die...
That's a walking corpse.
When it's his time to die, I'm going to make the construct of a shed and take him round back.
Yeah, exactly, and beat him to death with a shovel. A green, hard-like construct shovel. So anyway, Harbinger is like, it's all my fault, I'm sorry. And they're like, okay. And she's like, oh, crap. I sense that Earth is in trouble, I gotta go. So then she uses her Harbinger powers to just leave. And they're all kind of talking about, like, what can we do? How can we get back?
No one else goes with her?
No. She didn't offer. And Dr. Fate is like, I can't use my spell to bring us all back because I'm, like, bad at this. And then Harbinger's like, well, I don't need it. Then she leaves, and they're all like,
Wait,
okay.
Last time you just said, we are gone.
Yeah.
Just do that again.
Like you're a pimp. Like you knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
But then I trapped us all in a hell dimension, so like clearly I am not all that. The Green Lanterns established that they can put everybody in a bubble and go there. So that's how they get home.
Okay.
Meanwhile, everybody gets into like an awesome
I'm sorry. No, that's a...
It's a mine.
yeah, a sea mine.
Yeah.
And then plows through the earth.
And goes through a Dr. Seussian landscape with one
These
fish,
are crazy things.
2 fish,
These are crazy fish you'd see like at far, far depths under the earth.
skeletal fish. Oh, and Mr. Bones is there.
Yeah, well, they go to the Mariana Trench. They do not bump into those horrible fish creatures from the Aquaman book that we did. But so they just plunge it into the Mariana Trench. They end up landing.
They bring this giant thing to blow up the base,
No,
right?
no. Actually, there is a big bomb that's going to blow up the base, so, hold your horses. But they go through the trench, and they end up just, like, dropping into a place with air and pressure. And so they just get out. And they're like, cool.
Neat.
And they bump into Harbinger, who's like, I teleported here. What took you?
I've been waiting here so long.
Yeah, like 20 minutes. So,
I'm saying it's really rude.
meanwhile, while the heroes are about to defeat the last of the Manhunters, Triple H and Nadia decide to finally give these freaking people their powers.
Looks like
So-
they're having a dance-off.
Yeah, well, they
You don't have to answer
no,
that.
they waste time for no reason. Like they do a whole like Sermon on the Mount where they explain like the 10 rules of the universe, and then like they do Tai Chi to like center themselves.
That's not what they're doing. That guy is straight up Fosse dancing.
That's true. Tom goes.
At the end of this, the Guardian and the Zamaran, the Owen and the Zamaran.
Owen, yeah.
They literally just be like, "Oh, you thought we were serious? We gonna give you powers?
Yeah.
No, you guys look like idiots."
Right? Hey, look down. You can see my dick. Later, they
No, we just
disappear.
wanted someone to kill the Manhunters.
Yeah, lol.
We don't like them. They suck.
And so do you. Good luck getting home. Meanwhile, Tom, of course, is like, this is great. I'm doing great. I'm working out. And his wife is like, Tom,
You said you were coming home.
you said you were coming home. And he's like, no. I'm going to come home after I get my powers and be cool. And she's like, ah!
Why is she even there?
Because the Green Lanterns brought his family.
So then, yeah, you could just bring them with him.
Where?
Wherever
With
he's
him?
going next.
Yeah, because the implication, by the way, of this story is that they were going to go someplace, but like they're not. They're just gonna get powers and live here and be superheroes. So like, yeah, shut up. Anyway, so the heroes end up in the like big grand hall of the Grandmaster, which we've seen throughout the entire book. Grandmaster six the Manhunters on them.
Sure.
And then Pan shows up.
And does he do a little dance and play his little flute?
Doesn't look like he is, and he's like, ha ha! And oh, by the way, Wonder Woman came with them because Zeus commanded that she murder Pan. Zeus is like, hey, Pan's a dick. He completely botched everything. You go kill him. And she's like, okie dokie. So she goes and they fight. And so like the heroes fight and Wonder Woman takes out Pan. And Pan's like, you can't beat me. I'm a god. And she like lassos him with her lasso of truth. And she's like, you better not pull away. And he's like, no, I am. I'm a manhunter. And then she just completely severs his torso.
Nice.
But then
With her
reveals.
lasso?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But it turns out he's a robot anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Still awesome. She didn't know that.
Yep. So then the heroes and Harbinger fight the Manhunters. The Grandmaster reveals that like he has this big bomb that's embedded in the Earth's core that like is his plan C. Like in case it all fails, we're gonna activate the bomb.
I'll just blow it all up.
Yeah.
Screw
the
it.
whole Earth.
So
Worth it.
I mean, it is the best place to blow up the whole Earth.
right,
You're
exactly.
Right in the center.
So basically the jig is up. They're all defeated. So the Grandmaster's like so he sends the Manhunters to like activate the bomb, and then Booster Gold is like, haha, I'm part of the team, and he like fights the Manhunters.
Is Batman here?
Yeah,
He didn't. No.
he literally punches and destroys like 2 Manhunters, and then the rest of the heroes show up and kick the crap out of the rest of them, and then Booster's like, I was a double agent the whole time.
Oh, shut up! No,
And
you weren't.
no one buys it, and they arrest him.
What?
And literally, Blue Beetle goes, if you don't shut up, I'm going to give you to Wonder Woman. And he goes, oh, I'm sorry, I'll be quiet. because we just saw her saw a man in half with her freaking lasso of truth.
Yeah, she didn't know he was a robot.
Yeah. So the heroes win and like defeat them, and then the space team, they show up too. Kaboom! They blast through the wall. They're like, "Hey, we miss anything?" And then they all team up.
And they all cheer for Batman.
They all cheer for Batman.
Yay!
Way to go, Batman!
You're the best.
And then they go back to the Green Lantern's stupid house, and then Booster Gold shows up and kidnaps the Chinese member of the New Guardians, and then what happens to her and him is explained in a tie-in, and then the book is finally ready to end.
Oh my God.
Booster Gold shows? I thought he was arrested.
Yeah, he broke free and tried to disrupt their plans.
Now you're under arrest. There, you're arrested. I said you were under arrest.
Well, he said he was going to come along quietly. So then...
And you lied, Booster Gold? You lied to us?
So you were a turncoat and a liar. So everybody lines up, and as you can tell, like, all the information and power that Triple H and Nadia have been giving them has actually been, like, draining their powers, and they've been withering away.
Oh.
And so they're going to give the last of their powers and the last of their abilities to the New Guardians. We're basically kind of passing the torch from our rule over the universe to yours. And so they get the Chinese woman and they turn her into gloss, and they infuse her with power, and she becomes this character.
She's shiny.
Gloss?
Yep.
Look, if they can have Looker, she could be Gloss.
Yeah.
And another one of you will be Matt.
So they get her, and then they're like, wow, that was cool. And then the Parliament of Trees is like, Floronic Man, you're not going to do it. And he's like, right on.
Right at the end?
Yep. They're like,
I
no.
know.
He's like, you serve the green.
Basically, he's like, the Parliament of Trees recognized me. That's all I've ever wanted. I'm in. So he just bails. Then they turn to the Japanese guy, the Japanese businessman, and they turn him into RAM, which stands for Random Access Memory. He can interface with like computers and stuff.
And he's really buff.
Yeah, he's big and buff. Then they grab Gregorio from Peru, and they turn him into a kind of strange doctor.
Holy crap, that is... No.
They turn him into a character named Extraño, which is Spanish or Peruvian for strange.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Wow.
look at that.
Yeah.
Because like the hair is making up for the cloak. And he's got the...
He does have a cloak too.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
He's already got the crazy facial hair.
Yeah, he's got the Doctor Strange
why
mustache.
Why is freaking Darkseid and Highfather here?
Oh, because like, basically, because they're older than the universe or whatever, like they're sensing that like there's a change happening.
Oh, new gods? Yeah, we'll witness this.
I love when they throw like a random Phantom Stranger panel in.
Oh yeah, well, because he says, strange he may be, but he never need be a stranger. To me, the Phantom Stranger.
Yeah.
If anyone says the word strange, I show up.
Yeah. If anybody needs Doctor Strange to show up, Extraño will be there. One of the other characters decides like she doesn't want to be like her own character, so she becomes kind of like the embodiment of the world, and she like lives in Extraño's cape. She just teams up with him and becomes like this kind of like amorphous thing. And they're like, that's weird.
Yes.
Then they get Celia, and she becomes Jet.
Why can't they name themselves?
Nope. The Guardians named her.
And, like, the Guardians also choose their powers?
Yeah. And then...
But Betty was like, no. Put me in his cape.
Right.
They're like, yes, that was the plan the whole time.
Yep. They're like, no, there's so many of you, you can do whatever you want, it's fine. So then they're like, okay, Floronic Man, you're up. And he's like, nope. And they're like, okay, fair enough. Okay, Tom, you're up. And he's like, nope. And Hal Jordan's like, you friggin' kidding? That's so stupid. That is so lame. You're lame.
You're not part of my team anymore. I hate you.
Right, and he's like, I don't care. I don't need to be. I don't need your approval, Green Lantern. I have a wife. I'm an adult. And Hal's like, wow, I learned a lesson today. You totally pwned me, pie face. Way to go.
Listen,
Well, I learned a lesson. You suck.
dude, seriously, you're in the position they're like, we're gonna give you superpowers.
Yep.
Take them.
No. Pie face is like, is that cool? Can I screw up your plans? And they're like, yeah, that's fine. We have 7. And they're like, what? No, you have 6. And they're like, no. Harbinger. You're also part of the team now.
Harbinger's like, I already have powers.
Right, yeah, but we're going to give you more powers. We were going to get Tara, too. She had powers, too. So, yeah,
And
no,
the
you're
Floronic
good.
Man.
And she goes, nah. And so she leaves.
So they still don't have 7?
No, they do. They just grab Tom and give him powers anyway.
What?
And they go, the power's within you. When you want to have powers, they will manifest. But you go home to your wife. You have a good time. But if you need powers, they'll happen.
Do they ever?
Yeah. And then they die. And they're like, oh, I can't believe that happened.
But, like, does that mean the rest of the Zamarans and the Owens are dead too?
They're dead too.
I guess they filter their powers through those two as like some sort of conduit.
Right, like they were avatars.
Yeah.
Yeah, more or less. So it's great because...
back on their planet, in order to filter their power, they were just banging constantly.
Exactly. No, they just wasted away because they stopped eating and drinking and stuff. But so Jet basically says, I love it because Jet goes like, oh, well, okay. Well, kind of seems a little anticlimactic now. You know, just kind of standing here. And Batman says, good, no, enjoy it, because your days are going to be nothing but climaxes from here on out. And, you know, of course, Triple H goes, oh.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
The superheroes just leave?
They just bail, yeah.
Why is he still standing here?
Because he's technically, like, part of the team. Like,
what?
Because we're going to, because the Parliament trees recognized him. He feels like he's got a new lease on life.
But he's not one of them.
But he couldn't have more powers. The Parliament tree is like, we'll talk to you. But don't you get more powers?
Yeah, don't you take that promotion from them. We might have something sweeter in mind for you at home.
We don't.
Yeah, we don't. You're a dick and you're a bad guy. It's all going to go to Alec. So, Millennium.
That sucks.
So they just had to pick a name.
This sucks.
It doesn't mean anything. It's not like it was on the cusp of the Millennium.
This is one of the most boring books we've ever done with us.
I know.
This is horrible.
Right? But
I am really upset Ethan was not here.
No.
Instead of me.
I gotta tell you,
This is
like,
really bad.
if you want a copy, it's in the description below this video. Grab it.
Don't do it.
Yeah, you gotta read those tie-ins, and there are a lot of them. There's only 2 per character.
But there's literally, like, you didn't need to have tie-ins because that information could have come in here instead of a lot of other stuff that's in here.
Yes. I think it's important to cover these kinds of stories because, like, you need to know, like, whenever anybody's like, oh, this event, whoa, I'm like, it could be worse. It could be about nothing. Like, some things like, oh, I can't believe this event is about surveillance, or I can't believe this event's about, security versus privacy. And it's like, it could literally be about nothing.
I can't believe that you get the new Guardians at the end, whatever the hell they are.
Yeah.
And it ends. Like, they don't have to overcome something. They don't have to fight some great evil.
It's going to be in their own stories. But anyway, we'll see you guys next time with another episode of Back Issue. Sorry about this. We'll see you guys then. I'm Sal.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
So long.
This really sucks.
This hurt. This hurt my brain.
Millennium.